Hey everybody, it's Arkansas Ray with sort of an review video for what's called an HD industrial endoscope. It's actually it's an endoscope that comes from Temu. It was one of those things that my wife, I think, was ordering some stuff, and she could get this for pennies on the dollar, of course, because she was doing it as a as a new customer. And so anyway, we're just going to take a quick look at this and do a little bit of an unboxing. And I'm actually about to put it to use here. We're going to run it down a pipe and see if we can find some things out going on in some of our pipes. But right now, let's take a look at the box, take a look at everything inside, and just tell you a little bit about it. All right, so I'm fully aware that this is not the best setup for doing an unboxing kind of thing, but see if I can do this with one hand. But anyway, this is just a very plain type of box. Of course, what you might expect from Temu or other places like that. It does have a little bit of a foam protection covering here. So anyway, here you can see the actual device itself, and it is very plain. As far as that goes, has a nice screen on it. And you can see the camera in there, but it has a nice screen. A few little button choices on the side there. I could not find there's a USB-C USB-C charging port, but there's not any kind of slot for a memory card, which is a little bit of a problem, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. It does have a nice little light there that you can turn on if you need to see what you're doing in the area. As far as the functions of the buttons, you've got the power button, you've got the light to make it brighter, dimmer, and I think it can go different shades, something like that on the screen. Also, in the box, you've got the actual endoscope itself, along with a few accessories here. You have a charging cord, and you have instruction manual. All right, so as far as this thing goes, yeah, it just not a whole lot to it. So there are other models that's on Temu that has the capability of having a memory card. And the reason that's important is because, as far as to my knowledge, this has no way to record anything. So if you were needing this to take a look at some stuff and then re-examine it later, well, this is not going to be the product for you. But if you're just wanting to take a quick look, then maybe that's what will work for you. In this case, wasn't necessarily looking to record anything, just wanted to be able to check out some pipes and stuff. So we're going to take it and try it in a vent pipe. That's why I'm here up on the roof now. All right, let's do a little bit of story time here. So here's what's going on with this. We're having a little bit of a problem with, or sometimes a lot of a problem with our laundry drain line, our washing machine drain line not draining properly. And this house is an older house. It was built in the 60s, and it wasn't built with proper cleanouts on it, and it does not have a vent pipe connected directly to the laundry drain, which I don't know. I've worked on a lot of different houses and apartments and things, and it seems like there's always a vent pipe for that. So in this case, it goes over to the sink drain and connects somewhere through there, and then has a vent pipe, which is where we're at now. And so what happened is, I told my wife, I said, well, I try to clean it from inside the house, and I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get one of those little jet nozzles that goes on the end of a hose, a little bladder thing, and we'll put that down in the pipe. And I said, I'll do that after church tomorrow, because we didn't have time that evening. And so anyway, fast forward, I had about 3 hours of sleep going to between whenever I finally went to bed, going to church. And so when I got back from church Sunday morning, I said, honey, I'm going to take a nap. And as soon as I take a nap, I will I will tackle the vent pipe. And so I said, whatever you do not, and I mean do not, climb up there and try to do it yourself. Because my wife is one that will sometimes get impatient, and she will decide just to do things herself, sometimes just to prove that she can. And she has. But so, yeah, in this case, she decided to do it. And what happened was she put, those bladders, those jet nozzle bladder things. Well, they're rated for certain size pipes, So the smallest size is for up to a 1 inch pipe, and then the next size is for, or not up to a 1 inch, but an inch and a half or whatever it is. But the next size, it says it's for 2 to 3 inches, and then the next size will say it's up for to a 6 inch diameter pipe. Well, she put the middle size pipe inside of a pipe that was that's just too small, a vent pipe. Yeah, so this is the pipe that she put it in, and it's been here. It's been in here for a while. So anyway, so that pipe was too small for the size of bladder that she put down in there, and so what happened is she got it down past a corner or a joint or something in there to where she can't get it back out. I tried to get it back out. But before I got it back out, what I woke to, I probably, I'll be honest, I was probably asleep for at least 2 hours. But I awoke to hearing these just banging noises and just carrying on. And I'm like, what in the world is happening here? And I look outside and got my grandson up on the roof, just trying his best to get this hose out of the vent pipe. And it didn't work. He didn't have any luck. So I got up here and tried it myself. And I tell you, I've got a bad back as it is. I think I made it worse that day because I was trying so hard to get that out, and it just wouldn't happen. I don't think it's going to, we're still not going to get it out today by no means, and I'm not going to try to get it out. But I'm going to take this and put it down there and just see if we can find where the problem is. I think what we're going to have to do is actually, believe it or not, remove our dishwasher, because I think the problem is right behind the dishwasher. I think we're going to have to cut out some sheetrock, get the pipe cut, and do all that just to get this out, because I told my wife to wait and she wouldn't wait. That's the way, that is the way it goes sometimes. All right, so we're just going to turn this on. So, by the way, I didn't give a good explanation earlier about these lights, but I will say that these two lights over on the left side are for screen brightness. The lights over here are for the light on the end of the endoscope itself. So it's not the best camera resolution in the world. I'd say it's like a 480p at best, but hopefully it'll be enough to give us some answers. So this is what we're looking at as far as resolution. We're out in the full sunlight right now, so a little hard to see, but that's what it looks like in just to give you a kind of a real world setting here. All right, so we're going to give this a try and see what happens here. Down we go. So it looks like we're still right beside the garden hose here. Still going down. Well, the nice thing is, see pretty good. Turning up the brightness. Now, doing so, of course, means that the battery could go dead faster on this. But it gives us more light into the pipe itself. Okay, well. Just kind of trying to turn this thing around a little, or twist it around in the pipe just to see if we can get a better view of anything. Nothing so far. Sorry, trying to get my reflection out of here a little bit so you can see more of the screen. Apologize, I don't have a better setup for you. And this is where, another reason why having one that records is nicer too, because you can actually record this and put this into a video if you want to, versus doing it this way. Well, we're starting to hit bottom here, so I'm not seeing anything yet. Uh-oh. It's getting a little blurry now. There might be some water there. All right, I'm going to take a little time off of recording the screen to look at the screen a little bit closer. So, yeah, so I've got the brightness of the screen turned all the way up. So the problem I'm seeing here is blurriness. It's not focusing enough. Apparently I've got something on the end of this, or yeah. So we're going to pull this out and take a look at it, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely got some muck in it there. Oh, let's see if I can, sorry. I don't know if you see. Oh, wipe that off on the old pants there and just give it a try again. Oh me. Oh, still see the water hose. Well, thought I was getting somewhere and I hit some more crud. It was kind of nice though, because I was following it down there, and it was, thought I was getting somewhere. Such a sensitive camera, but oh, I guess it's a sensitive camera. I don't know. Trying to line this up where I can still see the water hose. Trying to get this turned to see, maybe see, yeah, there's the hose. Just turn to see, maybe see, yeah, there's the hose. So it's, well, I keep hitting the, looks like we keep hitting in the same spot, but I'll tell you what we'll do is see if I can knock it out, whatever it is. Looks like we keep well, speaking of knock out, looks like I knocked out the, knock it out, whatever it is. I think I knocked out the camera itself, possibly. Knocked out the, because it is just black screen now. Knocked out the camera itself, possibly. Take a look. Because it is just black screen now. Could be dead now. Take a look. If so, thank goodness this was only pennies on the dollar, but this made me wonder about buying one that's a little bit better. Oh. Camera's still very active. Wipe this off on my shirt a little bit. Does look like it's a little bit foggy now for some reason. Very strange. It's got a real foggy look to the screen now. See if I can show this to you. Like I said, it's kind of foggy looking. All right, well, so it's just we're going to try this again. I'm not really getting any answers I was hoping for, but we'll see what happens here. See if I try to straighten the wire as it goes down, if that will help any. I can see the garden hose just fine for a while, and then it gets to a point where I don't know if this wire is just too bendy or too looped up, I mean, to where it's just curling up when it gets in there. But at some point, it kind of loses track here. Or I lose track of the hose. This is where we're starting to get a lot more buildup and gunk. Still not quite seeing anything. All right. Well, what I am seeing is where it looks like another pipe is coming into that pipe, which I'm guessing is going to be the drain from the washing machine. It's right there in that bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So this is also where apparently, yeah, right in there. It's also where it looks like I'm running into some gunk. And I'll tell you the problem, I think what's causing the problem of the drain, or of it not working properly, is that we use liquid fabric softener, and I think that it is just keeps building up. All right, we're trying to go on past this point. There's more gunk again. Trying to avoid the gunk. And I mean, sometimes there's just big wads of this stuff in here. And I mean, when it gets on the screen, there's nothing you can do but to pull it back up. There it is. I got it on the screen again. Oh, or on the camera. Yep. It's just doing it some more. I mean, I'm still barely seeing the hose here, but the further I go down, the more it gets built up. And I think I've kind of hit the bottom of something here. So, I meant to bring some tape to put around this so that I could mark about how deep we're going here before we hit the bottom. This is not going to work here, though, I don't think. No, that's just going to slide up and down this thing anyway. All right, pull it back out. Try it again. Here we go again. All right, let's pull this back out. So here's a couple little tricks I learned. Uh, as it's going down and it gets that gunk on there, and by gunk I'm talking about fabric softener, soap, that kind of stuff. It covers up the camera, but what you can do is it's going down is just kind of jiggle it a little bit. You know, make sure that you got a good firm grip on it, but just push up and down real fast, and a lot of times it will actually shake the stuff off of it. So that's a pretty cool method to use. It's a very cheap screen, very cheap, cheaply made device. I would recommend, if you're going to use this on a regular basis, if you're using it as a tool, um, I would not purchase this one. I would buy something that was better. But if you're just trying to find something down one pipe for one occasion, this could be the trick for you. Now, these things sell for on Temu on a regular price. If you buy it at a regular price, it's still about $22, $25. I would try to find something a little bit better. They have some on there that are about 40 bucks. Those might be better, but in this case, this one, if you're getting it, if you're receiving it free on Temu, and that's what you're doing because they're giving you the offer to get several gifts free, then sure, go for it. Otherwise, if you want to use it for a regular tool, I would say the HD industrial endoscope from Temu is not the way to go. But unless you're receiving it as a free gift, then by all means, go for it. I'm going to continue to work on this. I'm pretty sure there's no luck I'm going to get this out of here, but I'm going to try. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, and I appreciate you very much. Y'all have a good one.